Hey there, bold one. Today I want to talk about the 5 mistakes that most actors make. These are all correctable. Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you hanging. So I'm going to list out the mistakes and then I'm going to give you step-by-step actionable steps that you can take to start correcting these mistakes and get your career back on track. So if you're ready, let's go. Okay, the very first mistake that most actors make has everything to do with mindset. So a lot of time our mindset is messed up and we don't even know it. But people, mindset is so important, especially in an actor's career. So what kind of mindset mistakes might be standing in your way? Well, to be honest, there are a ton. Sorry, but it's the truth. But I'm going to start by listing the most common mistakes and then give you some suggestions to overcome them. What? You didn't think I was going to leave you hanging, did you? Nah. Limiting beliefs. This is a really big one, and it can show up in lots of different ways. For example, actors often limit themselves by thinking they're too something, I don't know, too old, too inexperienced, too short. In some way, they believe they're falling short, no pun intended. And they're letting these shortcomings, sorry, couldn't resist, hold them back by refusing to audition for roles just because they don't feel like they're right for them. I actually did a whole deep dive video on how to overcome limiting beliefs, and I'll link to it in the show notes. But look, one thing is certain. You may not get every job you audition for, but you will definitely not get 100% of the jobs you don't audition for. So just remember, somebody thought you were right for the role. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gotten the audition. So do it. At the very least, with every audition, you're getting better at the skill of auditioning, which is very different from acting on set. And best case scenario, you booked the job. So stop second guessing yourself and get out there. Okay, mindset mistake number 2, fear of failure. I get it. Nobody wants to fail, but every no gets you that much closer to a yes. So unless you were totally unprepared or totally unprofessional, you cannot fail. It's impossible. You can book the job or you cannot book the job, but you cannot fail. That's it. Besides, filmmaking is based on collaboration. So think of your audition as part of the casting collaboration. If you make sure to show up authentically and have fun, if you make strong choices and give 100%, the casting director or producers, whoever's casting the film or series, will be able to make strong choices about the kind of actor that they want to cast. In other words, what their inner and outer type is. Sometimes knowing what isn't right for a particular role is as important as knowing what is right. And by showing up authentically, you're doing your part to help them decide. Mindset mistake number 3, lack of goal setting. Write down your goals. This is so important. You need to not only know where you want to go, but have a system in place on how you're going to get there. A successful acting career is a cumulative thing. So don't set goals 10 years into the future. Who the hell knows where you'll be or even what you'll want in 10 years? Instead, set short-term goals and constantly reassess them. You might want to check out my video, 90 Days to Success. It's all about setting a 90-day plan. And within that, of course, there are also different, what do we want to call those? Different, whether you set a 1-day plan, a 1-week plan, a 1-month plan, or ultimately a 3-month plan, which is the 90-day plan. So I'll link to it in the show notes. So setting goals is extremely important. But just to recap here, how can you improve your mindset? Embrace a growth mindset. Focus on continuous improvement. Recognize that not always winning is part of the growth. Set clear goals. Break down your career into short-term and long-term goals. The more short-term your goals are, the more specific they should be. The more long-term your goals are, the more general they can be. For example, as part of your 90-day plan, one of your goals could be to reach out to a new casting director every day, or to plan and then shoot a new showreel scene. These are things that are achievable every day and within a 1 month, a 2 month, or a 3 month time frame. Just make sure that if you are going to shoot a new showreel scene, that it accurately reflects how you'd like to be cast, not how you are being cast. A more long-term goal could be producing your own series. The bigger the goal, the more you'll want to break it down into smaller, actionable steps. Hire a coach. Sometimes professional guidance can help break through mental barriers. I have had many coaches, and I still have coaches. In spite of being a certified life and career coach, I still turn to coaches when I am looking for a shortcut, to be very honest. A good coach can help you shave time and save yourself from wasting your effort on things that don't work. So they can also give you guidance or a plan of action, offer community, and the all-important accountability. So are you affected by any of these? Let me know in the comments. So now we're going to move into branding mistakes. So not knowing what you're about. Branding. Yeah. It might sound like a business term, but actors, listen up. This is all about knowing who you are and how you present yourself. You might be making some mistakes in this area, but hey, that's why I'm here. So what's going wrong with your branding? Let's dive in, and I'm going to help you patch things up. Your identity is undefined. It's fuzzy. It's not in focus. This one is a doozy. You have got to know what makes you different from everybody else. Maybe you think you're just too ordinary or too something else, too quirky, too serious, too whatever. Look, whatever you think is your flaw, I'm telling you it's not. You do not have a weakness when it comes to who you are. It is your superpower. Don't shy away from it. If you have crooked teeth and you have no intention of getting your crooked teeth fixed, then smile that beautiful smile of yours and show everybody your crooked teeth. If you are quirky, lean into it. That is such a cool essence to have, is quirkiness. If you are dangerous, lean into it as an actor, not as a human being. But lean into the things that make you stand out. These are your superpowers. So don't shy away from them. Embrace them and learn how to identify your unique qualities, because these are your secret weapon. Remember, you just need to be you. Otherwise, you're just trying to fit somebody else's mold, and trust me, they'll notice. Or worse, they won't. Another problem I see is actors who have an inconsistent image. And okay, here's where things can get sticky. If you're all over the place with your branding, you're going to be confusing people. Your online profile, your headshots, your show reel, they all need to be speaking the same language. You know what I mean? If one says Shakespeare and the other one screams sitcom, people are going to get mixed signals. So be true to who you are and let it shine wherever you show up. Niching isn't just for businesses or products. Actors can own a niche as well. For example, I play a lot of mothers who are doing their best while juggling other problems. In other words, mothers who mean well but make mistakes, or are led astray, or. Yeah, but a lot of mothers, but different kinds of mothers. But, that's kind of my niche, and I kind of like it. I am a mom, and I love my son more than anything in this whole wide world. So I lean into that love. I always play mothers who love fiercely, but make big mistakes. So find your niche and own it. If you're fabulous at playing the villain, be that unforgettable bad guy. If comedy is your thing, make them laugh every time they see you. The industry wants to know where to place you, so make it easy for them. Unclear about your niche? Turn to a coach or to your community to get feedback. So what's the take-home message on branding? Well, here you go. Own your brand. Hey, I'm going to say that one again because it is so important. Own your brand. Lean into who you are. Embrace what makes you unique. It's not your weakness, it's your superpower. Be consistent. From your headshots to your show reel, to your social media, to your actors' profiles on the casting websites, make sure they're all telling the same story about who you are. Find your niche. Don't be afraid to specialize. If you're great at something, show it off, and the right roles will come to you. Consider professional help. It is not a sign of failure. It's a smart move. Sometimes a coach can see things that you can't and guide you into shaping your brand. I've been there. I have done that, and it works. What, you thought I was just gonna give you a lecture and leave? That's not how I roll. Check out my video, How to Get Better Auditions and Roles. It's a deep dive into branding for actors, and there's even a free downloadable workbook in the show notes that will help to give you clarity on your brand. Owning my niche was the one thing that made the biggest difference in my acting career. And if I can do it, so can you. By the way, if you're finding this episode helpful, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, or take a screenshot and share it out on Instagram. Or hey, share it with another actor. If you do take a screenshot, make sure to tag me, and I will be sure to share your screenshots in my stories. Your support helps to get the word out to as many people as possible that Mr. Al, he likes to, know that people are into this. And that in turn helps to support the content and keep it free. Okay, moving on. Another area where actors make mistakes is in their marketing. Yes, marketing. It's not just for businesses. It's for actors too. You're selling yourself, your skills, your persona, and folks, you have got to know how to do it right. So let's talk about marketing mistakes that might be tripping you up. The number one thing every actor needs is a rock solid actor's portfolio. This consists of your headshots. At a minimum, you need 2, 1 theatrical and 1 commercial, your show reel, your profiles on the casting portals such as Actors Access, Backstage, or Filmmakers, your personal website, and last but not least, your social media. These are the questions you need to be asking yourself. Is your material up to date? Do your headshots accurately reflect how you look today? Is your show reel strong? By the way, if you're confused about what makes a good show reel, let me know in the comments, because I've been considering doing an in-depth video on show reels, but I won't do it if you're not interested in that. So let me know. If you're competing in different markets, have you curated your material to stand out in each market? Because each market has different wants and needs. So you have to know what they are and make sure you're curating your profile in each of those markets. Do you even know the difference? Because if you don't, that's something you need to learn. Are you consistently updating your actor's profile on casting websites? Profiles that have been sitting unattended for months or years are not going to get much attention. So think of your profile like a garden. Rotate out your pictures and update your show reel with new scenes at least every 6 months. Your portfolio should reflect your aspirations of where you want to go, not where you are. And lastly, your social media is not to be ignored. There are directors out there who review actors' social media to try and gauge who they really are. So if your social media profile isn't doing your brand justice, then delete any pictures and posts that aren't serving you. Be intentional. Be professional. Be you. It is a game changer. If you simply must have your posts and pictures of you doing beer bongs online, then consider dedicating a private account that's only for family and close friends to these posts. Okay, another category where actors make a lot of mistakes is networking. So the first one that I'm going to mention is letting contacts slip away. Because, my bold ones, this is a big one. Networking. This is so important. It's not just a buzzword, it's a career lifeline. But are you doing it right? Nope. Not just smiling at parties and throwing business cards around. That's not how you do it. Real networking, the kind that makes a difference. So let's break down the most common mistakes and what to do about them. Mistake number 1, losing track of new contacts. So you just wrapped up a job and you have a call sheet full of potential connections. What do you do with it? If your answer is nothing, we need to talk. I'm serious. We need to talk. Those names, those contacts, they're gold. Don't let them gather dust. Organize them. Reach out. Make them part of your network. And not just when you need something. Have a system in place to keep track of them and use it. Okay, mistake number 2. Not thanking casting directors. Got an audition? Fantastic. Now what? If you're not sending a thank you note to the casting director, you're missing a huge opportunity. In fact, 2 huge opportunities. One when you get the audition, and the other one when you finish your tape and send it off, or when you leave the audition room. You should always be sending a thank you, and a written thank you. It doesn't have to be handwritten, an email's fine as well, but send it. And you know what else? Just a little added tip. I always write in my thank yous, I know you're busy, no need to respond. I just wanted to reach out and let you know. Also, if you book the role, make sure to thank the casting director again. Look, they're people too, and everyone likes to feel appreciated. A simple thank you can turn a one-time audition into a lasting connection. Mistake number 3, forgetting old contacts. Remember that director you worked with 3 years ago? What about that fellow actor from your first gig? If you've lost touch, you've lost opportunities. Keep those connections alive. Reach out, say hello, share news, and not just when you need a favor. If you regularly keep in contact, once or twice a year is fine, then you'll be in the loop. They'll be reminded that you're an actor who's proactive, and you'll hopefully be top of mind when they have a new project. And last but not least, networking mistake number 4. Reaching out with an ask, not a give. Networking isn't about taking, it's about building relationships. Don't be the one always asking for favors. Offer help, share opportunities, be supportive. That's how connections turn into friendships, and friendships turn into opportunities. Remember, people work with people they like, so be that person. So what's your networking game plan? Tell me about it in the comments. Okay, here's a recap on the networking mistakes and what to do about them. Keep track of new contacts. Those names on the call sheet, they're potential friends and collaborators. Treat them as such. Always say thank you. A thank you note after an audition isn't just polite, it's strategic. Hey, and that goes for directors and producers and everybody else as well. Don't forget them. Reconnect with old contacts. Don't lose touch with people who once mattered. Reignite those contacts. Give before you ask. Offer help, be supportive, and watch how your network grows. Network like you mean it. It's not a one-off. It's a continuous journey. Your network isn't just about jobs. It's about friendships, collaborations, and growth. You have the tools. You have the tips. And yes, you've got me cheering you on. So go make those connections count. The last mistake that actors make is going it alone. Going solo might be the vibe for a one-man show, but in the real world of acting, that's a path to nowhere fast. It's about community, people. If you think you can do this on your own, you're selling yourself short. Mistake number 1, not having a support group. Yep, this one's huge. You need a support group, a community, fellow actors who get you, push you, lift you up. But it's not just about having friends in the biz. Here's what you might be missing if you're going it alone. Additional perspectives. You think your marketing materials are on point? Well, let's see what your fellow actors think. Sometimes a fresh perspective can turn good into great. Insights on auditions. Not getting the audition calls you want? Your community might have the answers. Share opportunities, tips, and inside info. Learning new skills. Who said workshops have to cost a fortune? Get together, hold workshops, learn from each other. Other actors can be your accountability partners. You've got goals, right? Who's holding you accountable? Your fellow actors can, and they should. And now, last but not least, emotional support in difficult situations. Look, rejection stings. Who's there for you? Your acting buddy should be. So how do you turn this around? Here's your action plan. Build your support group. Find fellow actors who share your passion, your commitment. It's not just networking, it's a friendship. Share and learn together. Don't just talk about auditions and roles. Share skills, insights, feedback. Grow together. Hold each other accountable. Your goals are a journey, and your community is your travel buddy. Be there for each other. Celebrate wins. Support through losses. That's what community is about. Trust me, your acting journey doesn't have to be a lonely one. Look, this job can be extremely tough. So whatever you can do to make it less so, and other people will help with that. Just make sure you don't surround yourself with a bunch of Debbie Downers. You want people who lift you up, not pull you down. Community is where the magic happens. Share the laughter, the tears, the triumphs, and the lessons. It's not just about getting the next gig. It's about growing, learning, and thriving. Don't just take it from me. Build your community and see the magic unfold. You've got this. And if you build a community, your fellow actors will have your back too. I'll link to my video on the benefits of an actor's community in the show notes. All of these mistakes belong to the 5 pillars of a thriving acting career: mindset, marketing, branding, networking, and community. Each of these 5 pillars plays a crucial role in building a successful acting career. The right mindset sets the foundation, while strategic marketing and branding, proactive networking, standing out in a crowded field, and engaging with the acting community all contribute to an actor's overall success. By recognizing the mistakes in each of these areas and implementing the suggested improvements, actors can enhance their careers, build strong connections within the industry, and cultivate a more fulfilling and successful professional life. By the way, if you're looking for another video to watch, I recommend How to Have a Successful Acting Career. I am so grateful for each and every one of you that took the time to watch this video or listen to this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, let me know in the comments what your biggest takeaways were, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. Comments are my love language, so let me know what you thought of this episode and what kinds of things you'd like me to cover in the future. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple, please be sure to rate and review. It really does make a huge difference. So until next week, you stay your bold and beautiful self. Bye-bye.